Okay, my name is Scott Jordan. I am the CEO and co-founder of Scotty Vest. We make multi-pocketed clothing. And I am doing this video to talk about my experiences with the cabbage soup diet. I've now done it at least 15 times in the course of my life, and each and every time I lose no less than 5 pounds, but as much as today, 9.9 pounds in 7 days. It is really, really simple, and it is guaranteed to work. In 1 week, you will lose anywhere from a minimum of 5 pounds, and I don't care if you need to lose it or not, you probably are going to lose it. But if you need to lose it, I can assure you, you're going to. You can't lose 5? What do you lose when you do it? 2, 3, okay, well, my wife, who doesn't need to lose any weight, will lose 3 pounds if she's lucky. So I've done this so many times, and I want to start by saying it is not healthy. You should not do this. This is not a lifestyle choice. This is not just have the cabbage soup diet and eat as much as you want. It's not a lifestyle choice, but it does work. And if you can give 1 week of your life away, you can lose, in my case, 9.9 pounds. I started out at 203.6 last Monday, and when I weighed in the morning. 203.6. Now my fighting weight, my good weight is probably 185. So I mean, literally, I was 18 pounds overweight when I started this. So I added some weight to lose. Having said that, I hide it really well, so I'm told. And if you smile big and compliment someone, they won't notice you're fat. However, recently, a close friend of mine, who I value his opinion, said, "You're looking pregnant." And it was at that moment I decided it was time to go on the cabbage soup diet. So I've done this diet like a gazillion times, and I've answered lots of questions. I'm going to say this. I don't believe there's any medical science behind it. It doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. If you try to make sense of it, you can't. There are you can find it on the internets. Search cabbage soup diet. It's super simple. I'm not going to go through all the details with you, but I will describe it very quickly in general. No alcohol is allowed at all. So no alcohol. You got to lose the alcohol for a week. That unto itself will cut a lot of calories for a lot of people. I know that for sure, myself included. And the one constant, as you could imagine, and it bears its name, is the cabbage soup. You can have as much cabbage soup as you could possibly want. There's no limit. There's limits to lots of food in certain periods or in some foods, but there's no limit to the cabbage soup that you can have. Now, a thing or two about cabbage soup, and look for the recipe. Everyone's asking me for the recipe. It's just, it's vegetables and cabbage and
there's a recipe.
There is a recipe, but it's not hard. And she makes cabbage soup is good. It's delicious. It's good for you, and it's yummy. And you have to have at least 1 bowl of cabbage soup every single day. That's the one constant. And
you should have more.
You should have more. The whole idea is you fill up on cabbage soup and the vegetables, and as a result, you're not having a lot of calories. So the point is, eat as much cabbage soup as you want. Now, everyone says, immediately, like, this must wreak havoc on you must get pretty gassy. For me, it doesn't. So it does clear out my system, and I think that's the point of it all. So I'm not going to go into great detail, but it's not as nearly as bad as people suggest. Have you found it to be?
Yeah, one recipe is half a head of cabbage, and it's got a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, it's got a lot of other stuff in it. It's a lot of vegetables. And, hey, girls, come here. Come on, I'm talking about cabbage soup. Come here. So, you know, so cabbage soup, and like one day you start and you get as much cabbage soup and as much fruit on one day. The next day is cabbage soup and vegetables. So, I mean, the first 2 days are tough, and the third day is fruit.
Baked potato.
Oh, you get a baked potato. And there is no limit. We live in Idaho, so we get baked potatoes as big as my head.
That's not
and
in the spirit.
it's not in the spirit, that's true. And you're allowed to put butter on your baked potatoes. So there's like little treats along the way. What's the hard day is banana day. You get 8 bananas and soup. So and skim milk. So the greatest day, the next day is what we do is the Thursday, fourth day, or Friday. Friday you get 20 ounces of beef. And then Saturday you get unlimited beef, and then the last day it's rice. So it's all these little things, and straight up, it's not that hard if you can be disciplined, and if you put your mind to it and say, I can do this for 7 days, and you're not going to starve to death. You're going to get ornery at times, but then you go to sleep and wake up the next day and you're on to something else. That's exactly right. So I was, 18 pounds overweight when I started this, 203, 18 pounds overweight. I should have properly, started exercising, healthy diet, and, probably in, 45 days I would have lost 10 pounds. Now, instead, I've lost 10 pounds, and I can now start another diet that is healthier and stabilized.
If you go back to eating the way you were eating, you're going to gain it right
Yeah, I'm going to gain it right back. So you can't. It's not like, oh, just eat. And in fact, one time, remember when I went to New Orleans?
Yes.
I did the diet. I lost maybe 11 pounds because I was 217 pounds. I was as fat as you could imagine. I turned to Laura and my wife and asked, what I asked? I forgot.
Well, you went into our bathroom where we have a talking scale.
Oh, yeah.
You said, your weight is 217 pounds. Have a nice day. And you walked out and looked at me like in a state of shock, and you said, why didn't you tell me I was fat? And that's when I said, I thought you knew.
I did know I was fat, but 217 is a number that...
And that scale always just said, because we had a program, you could say goodbye or you could say have a nice day. We had this program on have a nice day. So
I didn't know that.
Your weight is
217
pounds. Have a nice day.
That's hilarious.
And I could hear it outside the bathroom, because when you walked out, I knew why you had that face.
And previously, my all-time high had been about 203, where I'm at.
When I met you, I think you weighed about 160.
165.
The most you were.
I was an exercise fiend. Was I way too skinny then?
Way too skinny. You looked like a prisoner of war. You didn't look bad.
With a bagel in his pocket.
Yeah. The 217 was good.
All right, so, so now I've got another 10 pounds to lose, which I think I should be able to do. I now immediately feel, you lose 10 pounds, I feel skinnier. There's no doubt about it. And my first day back, where I could go to a restaurant or have a glass of wine, I'm choosing not to do so because I kind of feel like, let's keep it going. There are a few tricks I'm going to give you that I have found. Number one, you're allowed coffee. It's not clear if you're allowed coffee or you're not allowed coffee. I have coffee, unsweetened coffee every morning, and there's no reason why I shouldn't be allowed coffee, but I have coffee, and so they're trying to get you off of caffeine. So straight up, you can have coffee, the diet still works. Secondly, and this is important, I also do salt. I can't have meat without salt. So I would.
Well, the soup does taste significantly better with salt. I
Yeah.
don't do it, but sometimes if I do the diet longer than a week, which you're not supposed to do, the second week I'll add some salt to it.
Yeah. So
But that is really good.
the soup, seriously, is not bad. But it's like. So in any event, I put salt in the soup, pepper in the soup, and I put salt on other things as well. Steak and the baked potato. Well, I prefer the baked potato. I put salt on, and you read most recipes, no salt, and the diet still works without salt. I've now done it multiple times. There was another cheating thing. Oh, I made last night roasted cauliflower. It was to die for. It was delicious. If you haven't made it roasted cauliflower, make some roasted cauliflower because you're going to love it. But I put a little olive oil on it and salt, and the olive oil is not allowed. So, I don't want you going into the diet thinking, oh, well, you didn't say alcohol for sure wasn't allowed. If he can have his salt and his olive oil, I can have my glass of wine. Yeah, have at it. It won't work. I think she's probably right because the sweet, the carbohydrate, because there's no carbs except for that baked potato. Oh, it's all carbs. Oh, all right. So I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but I can tell you this. Cabbage soup diet works. Do the cabbage soup diet, and if you want to lose weight, but do not think that it is a lifestyle choice. Do not think there's science behind it. But if you want to lose 10 pounds in a week or thereabouts, I don't know any other for sure way to do it. Yeah, immediately after, do not celebrate. Here's another rule. I did the cabbage soup diet once, and I had lost a lot of weight because I had a lot of weight to lose. And this is the story that Laura was talking about, 217. My buddy had his marriage in New Orleans at his wedding. A marriage, yeah. That's a wedding, isn't it? And of course, New Orleans is known for food. I lost 11 pounds before on the diet. I gained 13 back in 3 days. Lost 11 pounds in 7 days. In 3 days, I gained 13 back. Maybe more. So, it's not real weight that you're losing. So, you can, what comes in goes out. It's just fucking math. But that's my story on the cabbage soup diet. Hi, Ginny. Let me see if anyone... Do I have any links to share? Zev? No. The link is Google cabbage soup diet, and you will find a variety of recipes and programs that are all the same. They're all the same. The only thing different is what I've told you here. There's a recipe for the soup, and on day one you get fruit and soup, and day two they're all, I'm not going to endorse one or the other. They're all, Oh, and also, give some thought to spices, although not, permitted or expressly. What? You use hot peppers, and so you can make things delicious. And beef day is awesome. After not eating for a while. Now, another thing I've noticed is, I will lose 7-8 pounds in the first 3 days, and I'm like, holy shit, that's amazing. And then the fourth and fifth day, or whenever I get back on beef day, I don't lose any more weight, which is math would make sense. When you're eating unlimited beef, you're not going to lose weight. You'll put a pound or two back on. So that's kind of the nuts and bolts of the cabbage soup diet. I'm going to see if anyone's got any more questions. This was recorded in Facebook Live, but I'm going to upload it to Google. Hey, Dan Donovan. Hey, Charlotte. Hi, Zev. Hi, Wendy. Hi. Burke lost 23 pounds in 10 days with the COVID-19 diet. how I ever do not reckon. Oh no, I do not want to be on the COVID diet. Jesus, no. Hi, Brian Paskin. I went to high school with, and a whole bunch of other people. So I think I've answered all your questions that you put in the comments here. Does anyone have any more questions? Otherwise, I'm out of here.